Most of you already know Windows security can't keep up with newer malware threats, so a proper antivirus is necessary. That's why I tested a bunch of best antivirus for Windows 11 candidates. And now I can show you 6 picks that managed to impress me, one way or another. I used 4 criteria to determine how good these top antivirus options actually are: malware catching capabilities, useful features, ease of use, and pricing. These make up a clear picture of antivirus pros and cons, as well as value. So without further ado, first up is TotalAV. It's a steady best antivirus player, and it's easy to see why. TotalAV smashed the latest independent antivirus for Windows 11 testing, catching 100% of widespread malware. Of course, I did my own testing to double-check these claims by planting 10 malicious files onto my PC and running a full scan. TotalAV managed to catch all 10 files in around 9 minutes. CPU usage was around 90% on average. Not the lowest percentage on this list, but still pretty good. I'd say that such an impressive level of security comes from a multitude of safety-focused features. TotalAV has multiple scanning options, anti-ransomware tools, as well as real-time protection that monitors my device for threats 24/7. Sadly, TotalAV does not have a firewall, but since it managed to get great security scores even without it, I don't see it as a big issue. On top of that, this best antivirus app has plenty of additional stuff. I like their PC optimization tools to clean up junk and duplicate files, and they have an impressively effective ad blocker. It's all very easy to use, too. The app has a minimalistic, straightforward interface. That's why I often recommend it to beginners. So, is it worth getting? Yes! It's one of the cheapest antivirus options, but it covers all the necessities. If you want to get a full cybersecurity suite, they have subscriptions that include a VPN for online protection and a solid password manager. Whichever plan you go for, make sure to use my TotalAV discount link in the description. Or you can scan this QR code. And yes, I also have discounts for every best antivirus for PC provider on this list. I mentioned how minimalistic TotalAV is, but what if you want a more advanced antivirus? Then my suggestion is Norton. It's an absolute security powerhouse, and you can adjust the smallest details to your liking. Granted, the app is a bit more difficult to navigate. Most features open up in different windows, so it can get really cluttered really fast. But once you explore the app a little and get used to it, you'll see just how strong this antivirus really is. For example, it has a smart firewall that monitors your traffic for threats, and do you see how customizable it is? You can tweak almost everything. And as I said, that applies to most of the app. Just like with TotalAV, you can get a full cybersecurity suite here, a VPN and a password manager. To be fair, these are not as powerful as the antivirus, but they do their job. I also like that there's a variety of plans to choose from based on how many devices you need to protect and what features you'd like to have. But let's see how Norton handles malware, shall we? Once again, I planted 10 malware files onto my PC and ran a full scan with Norton. While I caught all 10 threats, the scan used a bit more of my CPU compared to TotalAV. It's not a huge difference, but if you have an older PC, TotalAV or other picks on this list might serve you better. This also reflected in the independent testing results. While Norton absolutely smashed malware detection tests and got a 100% protection rating, it was slightly behind in performance. What if you want the best of both worlds, flawless protection and performance tests? In that case, let's talk about a fan favorite option, Bitdefender. It got maximum scores across all 3 categories in the Windows 11 testing results by AV-Test and gained the top product certification for the millionth time. I can't deny that it's well deserved. It annihilated all my malware tests and my own testing as well. The scan took a bit longer, but it only used around 50% of my CPU on average, making it a good choice for lower spec PCs. I also recommend Bitdefender to beginners. It's not as minimalistic as TotalAV, but the design is very intuitive and sleek. Plus, it packs a bunch of features too, from a privacy firewall to the one-click optimizer that can enhance Windows performance, which is, again, great for older devices. My only gripe with Bitdefender is the fact that their VPN has a ridiculous 200 megabyte data limit. It's like a 2-hour trial at best, and if you want to remove the data cap, you have to go for the priciest plans. But generally, when it comes to pricing, Bitdefender is pretty average compared to the market. Given how strong it is, I don't really expect it to be super cheap anyway. Just keep this one thing in mind. The lowest tier plans are reserved for Windows users only. Since we're looking at the best antivirus for Windows 11, that's great. But if you want to add it to your iPhone, for example, Bitdefender can be lacking. Have you noticed how most antiviruses so far have a VPN in their plans, but it's usually not very powerful? Let's flip that around and talk about the Surfshark antivirus. Surfshark is known as a top VPN provider, but for some time now, it's been dabbling in the antivirus market. Okay, dabbling is an understatement. It got AV test certified back in 2022 and has been steadily improving its antivirus ever since. So far, there isn't much independent testing data, so I ran a test myself. It caught 8 out of 10 malicious files. The rest of the files were spotted when I turned the real-time protection back on. Yes, I turned it off during all tests, since it tends to catch a lot of the files before I have a chance to even initiate the scan. Anyway, right now, the antivirus is part of the VPN app with the multiple scanning options and real-time protection. It also introduced a neat feature to protect your webcam from unauthorized access. You also get a bunch of additional tools: Surfshark Alert, which monitors your accounts for breaches, Safe Search tool, and Alternate ID Creator for private browsing. Of course, the main thing is the VPN. It covers a ton of countries, has servers in the thousands, and it's one of the cheapest options in the VPN market. The antivirus doesn't cost that much additionally, but keep in mind that it is a bit pricey when compared to other antivirus picks. So consider this option only if a VPN is your priority. Before we get to the next provider, a little reminder that you'll find links to discounts for these best antivirus for Windows picks. Don't miss out, they can significantly lower the usual price of these tools. Next up, we've got Avira. It's a pretty popular choice, and it doesn't take a lot to see why. This antivirus has easy-to-use apps with lots of security features. There's a firewall, a safe shopping browser extension, device optimization tools, a password manager, and hey, a VPN as well. Though similar to Bitdefender, it has a 500 megabyte monthly data limit, unless you buy the most expensive Avira plan. What about malware detection? The latest AV test results were flawless, with top scores in protection, as well as performance and usability. Surprisingly, in my own testing, Avira performed slightly worse and caught 9 out of 10 malicious files. Of course, with real-time protection turned off, so it's still a great result. CPU usage was all over the place, but I'd say it's about 75% on average. Not great, not terrible. Overall, it's definitely one of the best antivirus software. Their subscriptions have pretty decent pricing too. My only gripe is that the cheaper plans lack a lot of features, like the device optimization tool. Last but not least, Malwarebytes. It's another great option for beginners since the apps are very straightforward and minimalistic. While it doesn't have tons of flashy features, I found some pretty interesting stuff, such as a browser guard that works as an ad blocker. Sadly, there's no firewall, and weirdly enough, no parental controls. Most other top antivirus picks have this one covered. You'd expect lower pricing because of that, but the cheapest Malwarebytes subscription is about what other antiviruses on this list ask for higher tier plans. You could say that maybe the cost reflects the super malware catching capabilities, but that's not entirely true either. It fell a bit short in the latest independent testing, scoring just below the industry average in protection and performance. Malwarebytes had okay-ish results in my own testing too, catching 7 out of the 10 files that I had planted. But it was surprisingly light on resources, using only around 20% of my CPU on average. That said, the scan took around 25 minutes, so you kind of sacrifice the speed for lower resource consumption. Because of this, I'd recommend this antivirus if you have a slow or old PC that might not support more powerful antivirus versions. Otherwise, the previous picks on this best antivirus for Windows 11 2024 list can do a slightly better job. For cheaper, too. By the way, if you're finding this video useful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the Cybernews channel. Now, let's sum up this whole review into more digestible pieces. My recommendation for beginners is TotalAV. It combines simplicity with robust protection and a pocket-friendly price. Norton will be a great choice for more advanced users and higher-end PCs. Bitdefender is great for casual users who want an antivirus with a flawless reputation. If you want a powerful VPN and antivirus combo, your best bet is Surfshark. Avira will satisfy users who want nice apps with lots of extra features, while Malwarebytes stands out in the low resource consumption, so it's great for older or slower devices. I hope this video helped you. Let me know, what is your personal best antivirus for Windows 11 choice? And if you're looking to get one of my recommendations, don't forget to grab a discount. I'll see you next time.